Hey, what's going on, everybody? Mr. Dead here. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 7 big financial mistakes that people, including myself, make and how you can avoid them. All right, if you want to know exactly what those 7 mistakes are, please stick around because I'll be getting to that later on in the video. But before we get into what those mistakes are, I just wanted to let you know that I know a thing or two about financial mistakes. You know, I've accumulated over $200,000 of debt starting from the age of 22 years old. And the cause of my debt was investing in an expensive real estate course that promised me the world and didn't come anywhere close to delivering that. After making that initial bad mistake, bad investment, I started thinking emotionally instead of logically, and that led me down a series of other bad investments afterwards, right? And I want to share those mistakes with you, so hopefully I can help you avoid them. You know, the purpose of this channel is to navigate and escape your debt, right, while creating a supportive community. And this video is a component of that larger mission, right? I believe that people can control their lives, and I ultimately believe that they're not victims of their circumstances, right? Even though you may find yourself in a crappy situation, it's not the end all and be all, right? And I would like to help prove that to you, right? Now, the 7 big financial mistakes that people make are impulsive buying, not trusting the warning signs or listening to their gut or trusting their gut, not saving for emergency funds, living above their means, not investing when you're young, taking on too much debt, and not budgeting. Okay? When I talk about impulsive buying, one of the biggest financial mistakes that people make is the impulsive buying, right? It's easy, especially nowadays, to tap a card, tap your phone, everything's on your phone, everything's easily accessible. You know, all your cards are saved. Online shopping is grown in leaps and bounds, right? But if we don't respect money, we won't have any to respect, okay? And, you know, I'm going to be going over briefly, just like a brief description on what these points are, right? And the next one to talk about is the warning signs and not trusting your gut, okay? Another mistake is ignoring the warning signs, because we all know deep down, majority of us know deep down what's right and what's wrong, right? But we often go against our intuition and our internal compass, right? There's always that little voice in the head or that little thing in your gut that kind of tells you if you really think about something and if you believe in it. And if you don't believe in it, that's a good way of not doing it, right? That's a good indicator that you shouldn't do it, right? And if you don't trust your gut and if you ignore the warning signs, that's the first step that leads to poor financial decisions, right? Not saving for emergencies. You know, not saving for emergencies is another common mistake, because people find it hard to create that emergency fund. And I could totally understand why that is, especially nowadays in society where even trying to survive is almost impossible, right? But if there's anything that you could put aside and kind of help grow that rainy day fund, that's going to help you a lot, because at the end of the day, life's going to happen, right? Sooner or later, whether we like it or not, life's going to happen to you. And if you don't have that rainy day fund, that's just going to put you further in debt, lead to unexpected expenses, and it's going to add to your stress and to your anxiety, right? But if you have that little bit of emergency fund, whatever you could save up, that will help you along the way, whether it covers costs, whether it covers some of the cost. Anything is better than nothing. But then people really have a bad habit of living above their means, and nowadays people tend to live just to impress people, because they have to buy certain clothes, they have to purchase certain tech, they have to be, at the forefront of anything that comes out, just to make it look like that's, they have this latest technology, they have this latest piece of equipment, this latest car that came out, just to impress other people. But at the end of the day, you're not impressing yourself. It's not helping you get further to your goal. If anything, it's taking you back, and it's going to take you even longer to get to your goal, because you're trying so hard to impress people, right? Living above your means is another common mistake that people make, right? They often spend way too much than they can afford. If they get $5, they spend 10, right? And they spend it on things that they don't need to buy. And that takes on debts that they don't need to take on, right? Taking on debt and living a lifestyle that is above your means is another surefire way to add stress and to add to your financial struggles, right? But then another point is not investing when you're young. Not investing when you're young is not a mistake that costs you money right now. However, it's going to cost you in the long run, right? People don't understand starting early how much of an impact that could make on your life, right? Missing the opportunity to grow their wealth over time through the power of compound interest is something that is the eighth wonder of the world, right? Warren Buffett says that. And if you don't know about compound interest, feel free to look it up. I will be making other videos on that in the future, but compound interest is something that should not be taken granted for, and people should really understand even the basics of it, because that will really open up your eyes. But that brings us to a next point, and that's taking on too much debt, right? Taking on too much debt is another common mistake, because people take on that debt through credit cards, mortgages, lines of credit, anything that basically puts them into a hole, right? Digs that hole, and that hole could be difficult to pay off, right? And that's another way that can lead to your financial stress. All these points that I'm talking about, if you don't take control of it and you don't understand the importance of it, they all lead to financial stress and anxiety, right? Something that everybody could do without. But once they understand that taking on too much debt is something that you should not do, not budgeting is the final point that we're talking about. Okay? Because not budgeting and not tracking our spending is a mistake that can lead to overspending and a lack of awareness of our financial situation. By keeping track of our spending, we can make better decisions, and we can help avoid overspending. So at the end of the day, what can you do to help avoid these mistakes? It's important to establish a support group or a community to help you stay accountable and motivated, right? That's why I'm here to create this YouTube channel. That's why I'm here to create these videos, is to help create this community for those of you who are watching, those of you who need it, right? And I hope that we can accomplish that together, right? So a little recap on the 7 big financial mistakes that people make are impulsive buying, not looking at the warning signs or trusting your gut, right? Not saving for an emergency fund, living above your means, not investing when you're young, taking on too much debt, and not budgeting. Okay? This video was a video talking briefly about those points, but in the future I'm going to be making videos that dive deeper into these points and provide more feedback and more advice on how you individually can avoid that. Okay? Remember, we all make financial mistakes, okay, but we can learn from them, right? And hopefully avoid them in the future, right? You're in control of your life, and you're not victims of your circumstances, okay? If you found this video helpful, if you found those 7 big financial mistakes helpful, please like and share this video to anyone who needs it, okay? I'm going to be bringing out more content like this, okay? Remember, thanks for watching. Shoulders back, chin up, and I'll see you on the next one.